morning, going on daily.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. We have
Good
Sharon
morning,
with us
Cal.
this morning. Super exciting. We have a show for you. We're going into the weeds, into the weeds today. So it's season 2, episode 152, and super exciting show today. Going to be talking about lots of exciting things, going into the weeds on all of it, and I have Sharon here with me, which is super exciting. How are you doing
Very
this morning,
exciting
Sharon?
to be with you, Cal. I'm doing really great. Loving life. Life is
Very,
great.
life is really, really good. So,
Mhm.
so going
How about you?
right in, we're going to go right into the weeds. So you've heard of Huey Lewis in the news. I mean, hopefully. I mean, great band. But
Great band.
what,
So many good songs.
yeah, but what we're actually talking about is narcissism in the news, which is very different than Huey Lewis in the news.
Just a bit, just a tad.
Yeah. So we had talking about all of the things going on in the news with all of the different people, and seems maybe suspicious. Some of them may seem like narcissists, and I talk about narcissism a lot, all the time, all over social media, and I just those are your
Those are
boys.
my
Yeah.
boys.
Thanks, Ron.
How do you know
So
how do you
now
know
we
their
know.
voice, Ron?
Yeah, now we
You can be
know.
narcissist
Now
too,
we
but
know who's. Yeah. Now we know who Ron's boys are, for sure. So I reserve judgment. Huey Lewis in the news. Yeah.
Okay, those are your
Yep.
boys.
Yep.
Okay. I thought you meant narcissists
Yep.
for your
So
boys. I was
yeah.
questioning your
I
sanity
mean,
for a minute.
and not the Lakers either. I mean, because that's and we don't know. I mean, who knows who where what narcissists we have, and I mean, unless they're actually diagnosed, and I don't do that. I don't know. Do you do that, Sharon?
Nope. But you know
Yep.
what?
No.
We'll read you a few characteristics of narcissists, and you guys can determine for yourself who
Ooh,
may or may not be.
Yeah. So, and Ron is not a fan of the Lakers. Yeah, not excited.
Why not, Ron?
Maybe that's why we have narcissists in the news, and then
And Lakers.
putting the Lakers. We are not accusing or judging or any thoughts on whether or not there's any narcissists there, but I reserve judgment as far as any of the people that I'm judging. Thanks, Ron. We'll let you. I don't have any judgment for people that judge either, though. I mean, so that's kind of a strange. It's a strange dynamic, I suppose. But I also know that we just don't ever know the other side of the story, and that's the biggest reason that I reserve judgment on talking about who or even if it seems very evident that they are the narcissist, we just don't ever really know, and so
the flip side of the coin is that we all, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
We all have narcissistic tendencies. In any given time, we can display or exhibit a narcissistic tendency. That doesn't mean you're a narcissist. It just means that particular trait came out at that moment. It doesn't mean that you embody that terminology.
I love that you brought this up, because I hear that a lot, and I am in complete disagreement. It's perfect. This is it couldn't be any better. And I'll explain. I'll elaborate on it. Yes. So one of the really strange things, the deeper into the weeds that you go in narcissism, and then it turns out that's, for most people, the narcissist in their life is really just the surface level result of most everything else that has gone on in their life. And I realize there's probably some exceptions to this, but for the most part, that's the case. So what is very interesting is when you look at codependency and insecure attachment and CPTSD and ADHD, and I'm sure a lot of other things that I'm not thinking of in the moment here, but there are so many different things that when you look at the tendencies, the traits at which you would say, oh, this person has codependency or CPTSD or any of those things, all of those different traits all kind of line up across the board, and they also line up with some narcissistic traits as well. And so that's, but the line of differentiation that I look at is, is possibly potentially maybe narcissist or is not. And when I look at maybe possibly they might be, the main three things that I look at is okay, yeah, all of the, the abusive traits and the manipulation, the gaslighting, all of those things that we hear about. But then are they also lacking accountability, lacking compassion, and lacking empathy? And so if they're missing those three things, then I'm leaning towards maybe they could be a narcissist. But aside from that, I look at all of the other things, and so I don't believe that because we have traits that look like from the outside narcissism, that they are actually narcissistic traits. I think they come from a very different place. So codependent people have very dysfunctional. They have very dysfunctional boundaries, insecure boundaries. They put up walls. They manipulate people. I mean, codependent people are manipulative. Unfortunately, but it comes from a very different place than with narcissists, because narcissists are after power and control. So yeah.
Right. And codependent, manipulative, or insecure comes from a completely opposite side of the spectrum.
Yep. So that's why I disagree that we are all narcissistic. I think only narcissists are.
No. I'm not saying we're narcissistic. I'm saying we can exhibit a trait that could be perceived as narcissistic. Doesn't mean we're narcissistic. It means that we all have those traits that can surface depending on the circumstance, but it doesn't mean just because someone exhibits one doesn't mean that they're classified as. I'm not saying we're all narcissists.
Yeah. So we just and that's and I just when I talk about it, I talk about it as all of those dysfunctional behaviors that we have, because we all have. I mean, whether we want to admit it or not, then we have dysfunctional behaviors. Good morning. That's
absolutely.
That's
morning,
that's Becky. Really awesome that she's joining the show here live.
Good to have you.
Yeah, super exciting. So yeah, I'd love to hear more of your perspective on all of this, because we have the basis here, the basis of understanding. Okay, we're not all narcissistic. We have dysfunctional traits, but dysfunction junction. Yeah, that's
what's your function?
That's true.
Well, coffee helps me function.
Yes.
So I thought, instead of pulling people out of the news and talking about whether or not they could be a narcissist, let's talk about the big picture of, some traits that narcissists exhibit, but these are common, everyday, always happening. It's not just a one-off. This is pretty regular behavior.
Yes.
If you're a narcissist, this is just how you function. So I will, talk about some different traits, and we'll see if anybody in the news exhibits any of these on a regular basis. So the clinical definition of narcissism is that they have a deep need for admiration. They have a lack, like you say, a lack of empathy. They really like the to be grandiose and be superior, show their superiority. And really what they're doing is masking their fragile ego, right? So what they do is like they can exhibit over the top like performances and just be, look at me, blah, blah, blah. I am here. I am doing this and tell me how good I am. And then in other circumstances, they are just outraged at what's happening. They are angry. They are like, no, and they're telling everybody, this is no. This is not happening. I'm going to do this. And they show their displeasure and they get really angry. And then when it comes down to brass tacks, they backpedal and they change their story. And then sometimes they will, be on live TV and say things that they shouldn't. And then they'll say, no. I never said that. I did not say that. That's a misquote. Do not believe that. And meanwhile, it's on tape.
I'm going to I got to disagree with Ron here. I don't think that Donald Duck is a narcissist.
Very much Donald.
I don't think Donald Duck. I mean, Donald Duck it's Donald Duck, I mean, so
it's just cute. How do we know if a narcissist? We can't really understand what he says anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just ducking it up, Did you like that? Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna use a step or a procedure out of the Donald Duck always yelling at his nephews. Yeah. Or he could have some he could have some dysfunctional boundaries and some codependency. Probably some old unhealed childhood wounds, insecure attachment, possibly. Yeah. I sidestepped that one. I was like, I'm gonna step out of this one here, so that
I like what you did there. Appreciate that. That is awesome. Great direction.
Yeah. And I think so many of the different the ways that, and what makes it really difficult with spotting narcissists is they all show up different. And a lot of what the definition is of grandiose narcissists, and what is much harder to spot and root out are all of the vulnerable narcissists or the covert narcissists, depending on the definitions and all the things that you find on the internet. And those are the ones that I almost want to say they're more prevalent. But I don't know if that's actually accurate or not. But they show up as the greatest victim, and so there's always everything is always everything is always wronging them, and they're always going through all of the terrible things, and it's awful. So Donald Ducks, and
you're right.
He only knows anger and yelling.
Evolution.
Not how to kindly deal with his nephew. So he's triggered.
Men weren't taught empathy back in the 40s and 50s. So she's right. It's an evolutionary tale.
Yeah.
Emotional evolution.
Yeah. We all learned. For some of the generations anyway. That you better not cry, or I'll give you something to cry about, and maybe that's that.
My dad said that all the time.
It could have been.
I'll give you something to cry about. You want to cry?
Could have been
nope,
Donald Duck's approach to parenting with his nephews. So why didn't he have any kids of his own? I mean, it had to be his nephews. Was he avoidant, and so avoiding relationships maybe, and which caused a lot of those issues with the nephews? Yeah, lots of thoughts.
Could have been.
So now we are all analyzing cartoon characters. Yeah, this is.
And it's perfect.
It's really good, and all of the old cartoons are wonderful. They were made for the parents, I believe. I think all of the
100%.
all of the innuendos and everything. We can make this funny for the kids, and then super inappropriate for the parents, which will be hilarious. So one of the things that I did want to touch on with the whole topic of narcissists in the news and all of those things is that a lot of times reactionary abuse, which is a big thing. So somebody will push your buttons continuously until you then react, and then they calmly video your reaction when you blow up and you break things. And guilty as charged. I've broken lots of things. I have blown up. I've done all the things, and now not hurt anyone. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. As much as all of my buttons have been pushed, I've broken things, have not broken people. So happy about that. But from the outside looking in, you could say, "Whoa, that's really toxic, unhealthy behavior."
Oh, you're frozen now. Dang it.
So that's it's not a pleasant thing to go through. But I think that
my connection is
that
lost.
is I don't think you're I've got you on. I can see you. So I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know what's going on Sharon's side there. But hopefully she gets it. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess it's Kyle that's down. I'm sorry. I thought my connection was lost and Kyle was still on.
I was still on for sure.
While we wait for Kyle to reconnect here, we are going to talk a little bit more about other narcissistic characteristics. So they also play.
Did I lose connection? What happened? Oh, so I'm still on. What a strange thing here. Okay.
Now you're back. There we go.
And then Sharon is back. Okay. So technical difficulties. This is you get to see this real time live. Super absolutely. Exciting. So I think it's one of the big reasons that I reserve judgment on any of the things in the news, any of the things that are going on in other people's relationships. I don't hold judgment on any of those things, because I know that unless I'm actually in the situation, I don't know whether or not this is a narcissist in the background that is causing this person to react in the way that they are, or whether or not they are putting on a show for everyone else. Because narcissists don't always blow up and throw a fit because they're throwing a tantrum necessarily. Sometimes it is for the effect and for the attention, and it's of course always about control and manipulation. So
absolutely, and that's why covert narcissists are the worst, because they maintain calm, they maintain everything, and they just, like you say, push your buttons until you explode, and then they tell you how crazy you are. And meanwhile, crazy's coming from outside, not inside. So yeah, those are really difficult people to deal with. But but you know what? So at the same time, it teaches you a lot about yourself. It teaches you coping mechanisms, because you have to figure out how the heck to deal with being off kilter all the time and being told you're wrong. And one day you're the best thing since sliced bread. The next day you can't do anything right. And then, the next day is somewhere in between. And what worked yesterday definitely doesn't work today. And then next week it's, well, why wouldn't that work? Of course it works. Like, don't be dumb. But it definitely teaches you how to dig deep. And it really shows you, if you can get out of that relationship, it's a wonderful healing journey. And it teaches you, resilience, and you really do a deep dive into into what behavior is, why you behave like that, why, if you could do it again, what would you do? How would you handle it differently? And it's a really self-healing journey, and it's wonderful. So I'm so excited. I was in a narcissistic relationship for 25 or 27 years. Like, I'm very happy now that I'm on the other side of it. Very happy. And I know why I'm happy.
So many people, that is a catalyst in their life for them to actually start down the healing journey. And I know it was for me. I studied personal development for nearly 20 years now, and was in that relationship for 14 years. And I had done a lot of work, but I didn't really reach out and start really getting lots of help until I realized that I was in a awful abusive relationship. And so it was a catalyst for me. And I see with so many of my clients and with everyone else, it's like, oh, okay, I need to do some work here now, which ends up being a really good thing as long as we're willing to do the work. And I know that that's not easy. It's not easy for all of us that want to do the work, that like doing the work as much as sometimes we don't like doing the work. But for all of us that really want, that we want to do that, it's still a hard thing for us to do the work. And so I know for anybody that is reluctantly kind of drug into the situation where they need to start doing some work, it's okay. It's okay to have compassion, kindness, give yourself some grace. It's not an easy thing. And I think one of the biggest coping mechanisms that you can use is time and space. And that is not easy, because one of the biggest things that narcissists want to do is they want to keep you off balance. And so they are going. Yep. So they will continue to throw things at you in order to keep you off balance. And so the best thing that you can do is, in the moment, deep breath, and wait to respond, because they want your reaction. That's why they're pushing your buttons, so they can get you to blow up. So
so they can feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
Because by creating certain situations that make you look, bad, for lack of a better term, and they feel better about themselves because, oh, well, I don't do that, but you do. And look at, why do you do that? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's
I'm sure a lot of people have heard, there's two ways to have the tallest building in town. And the one way is to build the tallest building in town. The other way is to tear down all of the other buildings so that you have the tallest building in town. And narcissists are, they are destroyers. And so they would rather tear down all of the other buildings, all of the other people, than for them to actually do anything to improve themselves in order to.
Well, and that's the thing. They're emotionally avoidant, right?
Yeah. It's why they project everything else onto everyone else. Everything is everyone else's fault. And so they get to blame everybody else. They're always innocent, and everybody is always after them. And all they're trying to do is just be the best person that they could possibly be. And if it wasn't for all of these other people, if you didn't make me do that, I would not have had to do that. And
my God, if I had a penny for every time I heard that, I'd be I'd have some it's your fault if you didn't meet me.
We'd be having a different show today if we had gotten pennies for all of that. It would. We'd have a live show in Hawaii or I don't know, somewhere.
That's right.
Tropical nights and being fanned. Have everybody that fans us while we're flew in on the private jet.
Can't forget that.
Definitely in the morning. day drinking. So,
well, I don't know what time it is in Hawaii right now. I'm assuming that it's after lunch. Sorry. I'm not promoting day drinking. Although,
earlier, I think. I think they're a couple, yeah, I think they're a couple hours earlier. So it's probably real morning.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's my assumption. Yeah, get your going on daily bit pennies. Yeah. Yes. So anyway, moving on. Social media. We would love for you to follow us all of the places. You are watching us live here on Kick, and let me make sure. I'm unorganized here just a little bit, but
YouTube,
so
Rumble.
we're live on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch, and then the audio version. So on Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and it's all RIBroadcasting on those. And so you can watch or listen after the fact. We would love to have you come participate. Leave some comments. Let us know how everything's going. Leave us a review on any of the platforms that you can do that. Yeah. What do you want to hear? What do you not want to hear? all of those things.
Exactly.
Yeah. Who's your favorite host? Yeah.
Who's your favorite host?
Who's your favorite host? So social media, TikTok, MeWe, Blue Sky, Parler, and LinkedIn, and those are RIBroadcasting. And then Twitter or X now. It was a great rebrand, guys. Sorry. It is at Broadcasting RI on Twitter, or X. And then the Facebook we are on again. Yeah, going on daily morning show.
Yes. So, yes. Follow us on Facebook. Let's get our viewership back up to 10,000 people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 20,000, 50 million, maybe. Yeah. I mean, sure. 50 million.
Why not? Sky's on it.
Yeah. So and then you can go go to the website, and also support us on Patreon. You can get merch. Of course, you wanna get merch because that's of course one of the most important things. But
absolutely, everybody needs a going on daily morning coffee mug. Everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you can follow us if you want. You can come find me, KyleMillerCoaching.com, and Sharon at Holy Shiftballs. No.
At Shiftballs, yes.
Soon to be coming, which leads us into our next topic, which is Holy Shiftballs.
Holy Shiftballs. Okay, so that's a podcast that I'm starting with a girlfriend of mine, and it's a lighthearted approach to life. Like, we've all had significant challenges, overcome obstacles, and then sometimes those challenges or obstacles make us shift. They make us realize we cannot continue going down the path we're going. We have to make changes internally, externally. We have to do some inner engineering and help ourselves get to the next phase of life. So when people have those traumatic experience, then they need to make some changes. So we want to hear about all of those, but we want to keep it lighthearted, funny, fun, and we learn to laugh at ourselves, right? We learn to laugh about the challenges we've had in life because, holy shitballs, Batman. That's what I say all the time. So we learn to laugh and we learn to have fun with it because it's part of our growth. It's part of our life. And once we get to a place where we can look at things objectively, we
Good morning.
We can learn.
Good morning, Christy.
Embrace it. Good morning, Christy. Yeah. How are you this morning?
Yeah, 27 years, magic number.
Yep.
So how long since the escape?
It's been 5 years. And how about you,
Wow.
Christy? How long has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been over 4 years for me.
Good for you,
So, yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I was different then. You would not have wanted to talk to me then. I was
me
very
either.
much a mess.
Yeah, I was an angry person.
Yeah.
Terribly
Yeah.
angry.
So
how about you,
holy
Christy? How long's it
shitballs.
been, and how are you doing? How are you coping? How are things going? Love to hear about that.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
holy shiftballs. Yep, shift just got real.
Yeah. Shift just got real. Yeah. That's boy, that's a big, it's a big thing for I mean, and ironically, talking about narcissism in the first part, 1.5 years. Okay.
Oh, 1.5. Yep. And how are you doing, Christy? How are you making out? How are you feeling? And what are the differences between then and now? Wow. Good for you. Very, very happy for you that you were able to get out of that. Good for you.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. Escaping is
awesome.
a hard.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very much kudos to anyone.
Kudos
to anyone and everyone. Yeah. Getting out of those relationships. So what's
you're feeling better?
So the lighthearted approach of which I love. That's day to day, moment to moment. Yep. That's
good. Stay in the now, Christy.
Most of us. Yeah. Most of us.
And reach out.
Reach out
for help.
Yeah.
Reach out for help, Christy. It's the best thing the best gift you'll ever give to yourself is getting some help to overcome the feelings of not being able to do anything right, not unheard, unloved, unimportant. So I really reach out to me. I'm a life coach. I specialize in helping women through challenging situations. So you can reach out to the show, join us on Facebook, and we can talk. If you want some help, if you want some guidance, please feel free to reach out. And congratulations, good for you.
Yeah, it is a big deal, getting the help and support, and it's not easy.
It's not easy.
So yeah, so the lighthearted approach, which I love, to your podcast and all, talking about all the things, because in my coaching, in my life, in everything, I love to be able to laugh about the things, and it's I know there's probably a little bit of coping mechanism maybe in there, with laughing sometimes about it, but I also realize that when I realize what I've been struggling with, when I put the pieces together, then I laugh just hysterically, and it feels like a release of what the all those bound up emotions. It's like you're stuck in that moment, and you can't figure out what's going on, and then you kind of put the pieces together and you go, oh, that's why. And a lot of the time there's just a hysterical laughter that I let all of that stuff go, and it's like, oh, that I let that one go. Now I move on with my day.
Laughter is the best medicine for the soul. It really is. Of course, grounding in nature is amazing. That is truly amazing. But laughter, there's nothing like putting on a good comedy and just laughing for 2 hours. So like you say, you release so much pent up emotional energy. It's amazing. And breath work is incredible for releasing the pent up energy, emotional energy. That's to help those emotions move through your body. Breath work is pretty cool.
One of the things, and I don't know if you pay attention to me when I'm on podcasts, when I'm coaching, when I'm on the show this morning, all the time, when somebody else is talking, a lot of times I'm taking deep breaths and just really, that's, and I stand while I'm doing all the shows. But that's a big part of what I do to keep myself centered, while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing, is that breath part. So it's a huge focus, good posture and everything and all of that, which helps with our own self-image and all of those things. And then the breaths are a big part of that. And it's one of the ways that I make sure that I stay centered in conversation, or bring myself back into myself. So huge thing there.
Yeah,
deep breath.
Exactly. And if you're ever feeling just unsure about a situation or unsafe, you can touch in your chest. There's what we call the vagus nerve. And if you just touch that lightly for about a minute and just breathe, it centers everything. And that's one way of showing the body that you are safe. And so that's just something simple you can do when you're feeling uneasy and anxious. And
yeah, and laugh if you can. Go watch something funny.
And laugh.
Do something.
Love of God, laugh.
Yeah. Go find an animal somewhere and laugh at them. Because they're always funny.
Yeah, some of them are. Just watch some penguins.
Yeah.
Wandering along.
Yeah, Ron. So Ron said, that's how he's dealt with his life issues. I just look at my life. It's like a comedy, and it truly. I mean, for so many of us, it really is. There's so many things that we can laugh at. I mean, or we can be upset about it. I'm no judgment. I mean, if you want to be upset about it, you certainly can.
I mean, you have to work through the levels, right? You have to work through being upset and then being less upset. And then you can learn to be objective. And then the laughter can come because you're like, holy shit. Do you realize what just happened there? My gosh.
Yep.
I acted like a complete idiot. Okay, not doing it again. But if I saw, you saw yourself throwing a tantrum and breaking things, you'd be like, oh my gosh. Right?
Yeah.
And if I saw myself throwing a tantrum, I'd be the same. I'd laugh at it now. I'd be like, oh, okay, Sharon, settle down, girl. You're all right.
I wish that I had some videos of my. I mean, I'm grateful I don't, because that would have been used against me for sure. But those fits that I threw when was pushed to the brink, that it'd be interesting to look back at those and watch. Oh wow. That's a lot of anger coming out there. So how long are is your show gonna is it an interview show? Are you
yeah, it is. We're going to have pushing real good. Ron, I love it. Oh, Ron, you make me laugh. And that's what life for me is all about, having a good laugh. The show's gonna be like 45 minutes, anywhere 30 minutes to an hour. It depends on the guest. It depends on the day. If we have a great guest who is doing well and really making us laugh and we're having a good segment, then definitely an hour, maybe a little longer. But, if we have a difficult, because it's going to happen, we're going to have difficult guests who are very stoic and don't want to really get beyond. So those ones could be shorter.
The guys are
play it by ear, but typically it'll be 45 minutes to an hour.
The guys are going to be shorter on the show, probably. Most of them, because a lot of them are which I understand, no judgment. But it's hard for us to talk about all of the things. And we're strange. We're strange if we talk about all the things, because that doesn't seem nearly as manly as what.
Well, that's just it. Men were brought up to be stoic, and boys don't cry, push everything down, bury it, and just move on.
Yeah.
And very detached, emotionally detached. And unfortunately, that's how boys were brought up. Like, suck it up, buttercup, get up and let's go. And you listen to the way men interact. Well, I mean, you would know firsthand, but as a female, I listen to the way men interact. And if they talk for 5 minutes about sports, it's like, wow, that was a great talk. Like, you didn't say anything. What the hell? Their wives are like, what? There was no emotional bonding there. There was no, so yeah.
I always made the,
funny. It's different communication.
I always made the joke that, because I drove truck for 16 plus years, and I was like, yeah, us truck drivers, we don't cry until we get back in the truck. We get back in the truck, then we cry.
There we go. Well, at least you did. I'm happy you cried.
Men aren't wired like that.
Well, I'm sad that you had to cry. Yeah, exactly. Men aren't wired like that.
It's actually, and this is a little interesting tidbit. So men, or boys rather, boys are actually more emotional. As children, boys are actually more emotional than women are. And I don't remember where I read that, but I was like, wow, that's a different. So this is training and programming, over decades. Yes. that we become less emotional because we're shamed and judged for it.
And it goes back to the father saying, you're going to cry? I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah. I learned how to suppress. Yeah. I learned how to suppress my emotions a long time ago. And now you need to learn. And I'm going to learn you about all this.
Through the
whether you want to or not, you're going to learn it.
Suppress my emotions through the threat of violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like really, that's what it was. Yeah. That was what was happening back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
oh yeah.
So yeah, super exciting. So how soon are you launching your podcast then?
Well, August 21st is what we're looking at. Ooh. We both have a lot of really busy week coming up and meetings and things. And Bethany's traveling. My co-host Bethany, she's traveling. So once she gets back from out of town, we are. That's why I didn't get in too much trouble. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We were hardwired through fear. Yep. That's exactly it.
Yep. Which
to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Because if I get in trouble at school, it's going to be way worse when I get home. Right.
Yeah.
So just don't do it to yourself.
That's
just
overlying
head down and
the fear and then the shame. It's all reinforced with shame and judgment. The fear of the immediate thing and then
blame, shame.
Yep. Shame and judgment. So yeah. It's not an easy thing. Okay. So then Becky says, my brother and I are Irish twins. So we were raised very close and together. He would be a very emotional child. I was more hold it in until I exploded. Even as adults, it's still the same. That's pretty awesome that you have an emotional brother. That's really, really neat thing. I think it's a gift for all of us. I know it is for me, for any of the other men that are more emotional. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get to talk to other guys rather than mostly talking to women most of the time because the guys are like, I don't know, that's a little much. Are we done? That was way deep enough. We don't need to go any deeper into this. Billy Squire. Emotions in motion.
I've never heard emotions in motion, I don't think, from Billy Squire. I'll have to look that up after the show.
Yeah. I don't know if I know that one. So as we're moving forward, we are transitioning forward here into family dynamics and differences, which is
so it's perfect that Becky brought up the difference between herself and her brother. Perfect segue. Thank you, Becky.
Yeah, that we appreciate that. It makes the show easier for us,
Yes, it's amazing how you can be raised in the same household and you have different views on life. You react differently to different situations. All the kids, not just my brother, single. Oh, that's great, Christy.
Same.
It was okay. So was your mom? You said she was the same. Is that positive the same or like you had a loving single mom bring you up?
Single mom family, and she was the same with all the kids, not just my brothers. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, beautiful.
same treatment. Yeah. He ain't heavy. He's my brother.
And that's exactly, love it. And that's, my mom used to say that, I love you all, but for different reasons. I love you all equally, but for different reasons, because we all had different characteristics yeah. So I really like that. That because there were 6 of us.
Yeah.
So she'd be like, I love you all.
Yeah. That's 6 is yeah. That's it's strange for I have one little brother and we have a good relationship now, but it was difficult growing up and just didn't really have a close connection. And I know that his experience is very different than what my experience. And I think that is for most families. I mean, unless for all of those weird people that are completely emotionally secure, and they grew up in healthy families and yeah, no weird, no weird things going on.
Shutting up. Oh. I'm sorry, Christy. Yeah. Yep. That's a tough way. Her mom was all about shutting up or giving you something to cry about. Yep. Yeah, that was my dad. So I was very fortunate to have a mom who was loving and kind and supportive.
Yeah.
Child between 2 sisters. I got many issues.
Oh. Yep. 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 You got it from both
You're
sides.
Never seen or heard. Hey, buddy. I can just see them sitting you down and putting makeup on you, the lipstick, and doing your hair.
Oh man.
Do you have many of those days?
Like, why are you suppressing all of your emotions, Ron? Oh, I don't. I can't. This brings me back. I had to suppress the emotions because I couldn't beat up my sisters while they were putting makeup on me.
Exactly. I can just see him. I can see him sitting in a chair as a little boy and just having the makeup done.
Oh, no.
Absolutely. Because he was a little child. The older sister was sitting him down and the younger child was in on it. The younger sister was like, woo, let's go.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I'm bigger than him. I'll hold him still. You can put makeup on him. Oh man. That's brutal. Sorry, Ron. You gotta bring the bus out so we can see the bus. Ron just got thrown under the bus there. So sorry
He
about
did.
that.
He did. Sorry to laugh at your pain, Ron, but
yeah,
those times that, like, my siblings did some pretty mean things to me. They were mean. Because there was a lot. My oldest sister is 10 years older than I am, and then my next sister's 8. And my brother's 7. My other brother is 5 years older than me. So then there's my younger brother and myself. So yeah, I hear you, Ron. I got blamed for everything too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Which of course, and the way society looks at it, it's always the boys' fault. The boys are the troublemakers and the women are innocent.
No, not in my family, man.
Not in yours.
Because I got blamed for a lot of shit. I'm not saying I didn't do it all, but there were a bunch of things I got blamed for that I really didn't do. And they're like, you did it.
Yeah. So one of the dynamics, which unfortunately in toxic family systems, narcissistic family systems, the scapegoat. The scapegoat is the one that takes all of the blame. And it's always their fault, no matter if it's their fault or not. And everyone else does all of their emotional dumping on that person as well, which
yes.
Yeah. So
girls then.
Need to meet my girls then. Guilty.
So I am the goat. Oh, what are you saying about your girls, Becky? What's happening?
So I'm guessing that they're not innocent. I'm thinking that's need to meet my
Is that
girls.
What you're guessing?
Yeah, that they may.
I'm thinking that one is blaming the other all the time, right?
Yeah, or
I don't know.
or be causing
oh my gosh.
The same birth.
That is amazing, Christy. We share the same birth order.
Wow.
Except you had 7. That's a lot of siblings, Christy.
Oh.
Were you the scapegoat too?
All of these people with all the family members, I'm like, I don't even know how to relate to this, Did you grow?
It's amazing.
Did you?
Girls plot and the bros suffer.
Oh, yep.
Not in my family. The boys did the plotting.
The boy. Okay. That's so, and I'm curious, did
Yeah.
you grow up with cousins and all of like other family as well as your siblings, Sharon?
Our cousins lived 6 hours away from
Oh.
us, so we didn't get to see them very often.
Okay.
So, a couple times a year.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I didn't grow up really
Yeah.
with anyone. It was just me and my brother basically, because everybody else was all spread out across the country. So that's the strange thing for me is with different people that have either the cousins or more family members, all the kids, we all went and played together, or whatever the dynamic is. And I was 4 years, almost 4.5 years older than my brother. So I didn't, he was little. Yeah.
Bit of a gap. Did you get to go play with your cousins in the summertime or?
No, pretty much not ever.
No.
Yeah. Have rarely seen hardly any of them. So golden child, I stayed out of the way, unseen, now the black sheep. Yeah. Yep. And it's an interesting.
But Christy, you have to ask yourself, is the fact that you're the black sheep, is that your problem or theirs? Like really?
Mm-hmm.
If they're making you the black sheep, then who is that a reflection of?
Yeah, and I think one of the hardest things, when we look at all of those things is in a way so that we use it for insight and awareness, but we don't use it for judgment. What did I miss when people are like, 2 girls, that's nice. I had 2 boys and they are so rambunctious and wild, ruin our house. And I look at them like, are you high? These girls are insane. Beat on each other nonstop.
I love it.
Oh, that's my brother's, 2 of my brother's girls, because he has five kids, and 2 of the girls, they are best friends, and they also just bludgeon each other. I mean, so they are hanging out.
Holy heck, yeah.
And then they're beating on each other, and then they're hanging out again.
Yep.
I mean, and it's like minutes apart.
And
it's wild.
Heaven help anybody if they say something about the other one.
Oh yeah.
Because nobody, even though they're beating on each other, nobody can. Don't you talk that way about my sister? Not happening.
I can beat on her, but if you say anything, I'm beating on you.
Exactly. So, how old are your boys, Becky? Like rambunctious and wild.
2 girls. So no.
It sounds like quite the full house you've got going on there.
Yeah. So that's and I love that.
And Christy says she had 4 boys, 3 girls.
I think
in her family,
it's such a good sign with kids being wild. I mean, it's sometimes it's dysfunction,
yes,
but so much of the time, I think, if they're allowed to be wild and crazy, that means that they feel safe at home. And
exactly
that
there's no inhibitions. They can they're free to be themselves.
Yep. Climbing on the tables and the furniture and all the things and yes. 2 girls only. That's what I was saying.
You have 2 girls.
Yeah. So the girl,
Okay, wait a minute. You said you had 2 boys and they are so rambunctious and wild, ruin your house, and you look at them like, are you high? Okay, where did the 2 boys come in?
So she said when people are like 2 girls, that's nice. That's
and then they say I had 2 boys. Okay, now I'm sorry. I couldn't understand English. It was too much for me this morning.
No, that's I mean, it's swinging from the chandeliers.
Exactly. Putting a cape on, jumping off of furniture. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah. It's not just the boys that do that. I mean, the girls are wild too.
Yeah.
So
I was a tomboy, so I always played with boys. I was out building rafts. My friend and I, we were tomboys, so we were always out building rafts, going motorbiking, you know, whatever the boys were doing, that's what we were doing. We weren't sitting at home playing with dolls. It just wasn't in our genetic makeup. So
wow, that's
we kind of grew up as boys, really.
That's well, and that's neat because then you don't. It's not a culture shock when you go to work and it's like, oh yeah, a bunch of guys here. I'm used to this. That's fine.
Absolutely.
Which is probably unfortunate for a lot of women that grow up and they're, you know, with the dolls and whatever and hang out with the girls, and then they go out into the world and then there's all the guys and it's like, what do I do here?
All about the perfect wedding and Prince Charming, and life is just, they have this vision of this perfect little life. And that's not how life is. Life is messy. Life is unpredictable. Life is crazy, or can be.
Ron said action figures, not dolls.
Action figures.
Yeah.
When you have lipstick on, Ron, it's all dolls.
So your Cabbage Patch.
Got makeup and lipstick on and a dress. Probably sitting in a dress. I don't care what you call your little dolls. They're dolls.
Your Cabbage Patch was an action figure.
Exactly.
Like this is the jumbo ninja action figure Cabbage Patch.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Sorry, Ron. Again,
when your dress matches your Cabbage Patch dolls, it's not an action figure.
My brother is 10 and a half.
He's 10 and a half
older
months
than
older.
me.
Oh, wow.
Same grade, same
That's
friends.
Choice, but to hang out.
We had no choice but to hang out together. He wasn't a tomboy and he wasn't feminine. We just compromised. We built forts. Oh, that's awesome.
Love it. Love it. That's beautiful. Play Barbies and Ninja Turtles. See, a really nice balance. It was Grover, not a Cabbage Patch. Okay. So your Cabbage Patch name was Grover? I see you Grover, got to name her.
Oh, and that's I had to think. I was like, Grover. What's Grover? That one was filed in the back there. Barbies.
I love that, Christy. My Barbies dated Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that is awesome. That made for weird action figure babies, for sure.
Beautiful though. They'd be good looking and deadly.
Yeah.
Like holy heck. Yeah. That's awesome. That's a combination.
Yeah. Barbies and Ninja Turtles. That's awesome. Very fun. So I mean, I don't know how much we learned about all the family dynamics, but what we do know is that it's always different with everybody in every situation.
Yeah. Everyone has a different perspective, and you know, and it's okay. And it's okay to have your own perspective. It's okay to see your unique view and version of the world. It doesn't mean that you're wrong just because you don't agree with everybody else. We're all different. Yeah. We're all inherently different, and just be authentic. Yeah. Stay authentic to your true self. And I'm sorry, Ron, if we have, you know, brought up horrible childhood memories for you. We can help you overcome those. Who did Ken date? What? I thought it was Barbie. Always Raphael. Me too. It was always Raphael. Yes. I liked Raphael.
Yeah, I don't know if I didn't have a preference. I don't know. Maybe I'm uninvested in all of the things. But I think one of the biggest things to remember, you know, with looking back at family dynamics and childhood and all of those things, that we all have our own unique experience. And just because somebody saw it different than what you saw it as, you get to have your own experience. It was however it was for you. And the same for everyone else, which kind of leads back to
and they get to have theirs.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we all get to have our own experience and have our own belief of what we want. And
touche.
And it's touche. Which one?
I don't know what he's
favorite turtle was.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Was touche. Huh. I don't not. Yeah. Are you searching? Because I'm like
Turtle and Dum Dum is an American animated television series produced by Hanna-Barbera Productions that originally aired as one of the 3 segments of the anthology show. Hanna-Barbera cartoon series. Oh, you're dating yourself, Ron. It aired from September 3rd, 1962 to August 26, 1963. Dum Dum was later repeated several times on the BBC in the United Kingdom as a standalone show. Well, look at that. We have learned.
So everybody's going to be, we're going to YouTube now. We got to go find Touche.
Touche Turtle is a heroic tortoise who, along with his sidekick Dum Dum, goes on adventures fighting villains and saving those in distress, often using his fencing skills. Was that before Zorro or after?
Oh.
What came out first, Touche Turtle or Zorro? Reruns on Banana Splits. Cool.
Very, very awesome.
He might be my favorite turtle.
Yeah, we're gonna have to explore now. We'll go find out about Touche Turtle, and
maybe now we're one of our topics. Touche Turtle and Dum Dum. I love the sidekick name, Dum Dum.
Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about some other cartoons at some point as well. We
can talk about how, when we're talking about emotional involvement earlier, we can talk about how nobody now would ever let them name Touche Turtle and Dum Dum. It wouldn't happen. We could never get away with that. So how about, I think one segment should be on shows that were that were named, but very inappropriate, and nobody knew, nobody cared. It was like whatever.
Those things that you cannot say anymore.
Richie Bunker and All in the Family. Have you watched one of those recently? Holy smokes!
I have not.
Never.
Yeah, no, we'd all get canceled. I know that I would have been canceled if I would say now what I used to say however many years or a couple of decades ago, then I would most definitely be canceled, which we don't want. So yes, come follow us everywhere. Leave comments, follow the show, listen after the fact. We love that you're here. We love that you participate.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in today, everybody. That's wonderful. And for joining in on the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It makes it more exciting. And it's for my ADHD little bit of brain, I'm like, oh, there's another shiny thing. I love Lucy gives me anxiety anymore. Wow. That's
interesting.
I wonder how much unhealthy dynamic there is there. So I still say what I want, just not publicly. I agree. I represent that.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
100%.
I say all the things. I just don't say it online.
Does that mean that you're over the anxiety from I Love Lucy? Was it based on a family dynamic, Christy, when you were growing up, and now you can see it objectively and not have that anxiety? Is that what you're saying, that it doesn't give you anxiety anymore?
I think she's saying it gives her anxiety to watch.
It still gives her anxiety. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, that is the show for today. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for tuning in and follow us everywhere. Support us on Patreon. And thank you again for being here. Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you, Kyle. You did an amazing job again, as usual. And thank you for all your thoughts and comments, everybody. We love interacting with you, and keep them coming. It's beautiful. And join us. Pick us up on our Facebook page, because then we can interact,
that much
on the regular, as opposed to just during the show. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, everybody.